Mr. Mole's House by Linda Heath. Pictures by Tony Bryce. Dickie Mouse was taking her baby sister for a ride in her wagon. "Good morning," he said to Miss Bird. "We are going to find Mr. Mole's house. Do you know where it is?" "No," said Miss Bird, "but if you keep walking, you are sure to find it." So Dickie walked on. Soon he came to the green pond. Two big frogs put up their heads and looked at him. "Do you know where Mr. Mole's house is?" Dickie asked. "No," said the frogs, "but if you keep walking, you are sure to find it." So Dickie walked on. The baby waved her umbrella. She liked to ride in her wagon. Next they came to a big tin pail turned upside down. "Do you suppose this is Mr. Mole's house?" said Dickie. Dickie took the baby's umbrella and pried up the edge of the pail. "Is this Mr. Mole's house?" he called, but no one answered, so they went on. All at once Dickie came to the sign stuck in the ground. It said Mole Hole. There was a big hole leading down into the ground. Dickie got on his hands and knees to look at it. The baby was getting tired of riding in her wagon and began to cry. So Dickie put her on the grass and gave her a juicy strawberry to eat. She liked that and stopped crying at once. "You stay here," said Dickie, "while I take another look at that hole. I'm sure it's the way to Mr. Mole's house." Now he could see there was a way down, so he put the baby back in her cart and carefully pulled her into the hole. Soon they saw the door to a little house. Dickie knocked at the door, but no one answered. Then he opened the door and went in. No one was there. The baby was beginning to cry again, so Dickie picked her up and took her into the house. Dickie sat down and wondered what to do. Should he start back home now? But it was a long way, and he was feeling tired. The baby was getting fussy, too, so he put her in a chair and sang to her. She liked that. Dickie stood on his head, and the baby laughed and clapped. All this exercise made Dickie hungry. He found some mouse food and made supper for himself and the baby. Now the baby was sleepy, so he put her to bed in a little crib and covered her with a woolly blanket. Then he went to bed himself and soon was asleep. The next morning, Dickie wondered how to get home with the baby. Did his mother and father know where they were? Would they come to find them? Would they be angry with him for taking such a long walk? Perhaps they were out searching for Dickie and the baby now. All at once he heard someone calling from the top of the hole. "Hello, hello, this is Mr. and Mrs. Mouse. Are Dickie and the baby down there?" "Yes, yes," cried Dickie. "We are here. We will come right up." So he took the baby up to the top of Mr. Mole's house. His father and mother were so glad to see them they forgot all about scolding Dickie. Then they put the baby in her wagon with her red parasol. Mrs. Mouse pushed the wagon, and Dickie skipped along beside her. He was so glad that they were going back to their own mouse house. Thanks for listening to the story. Stay tuned for the next one. Bye.